Hi everyone. So glad that you can join me today. I had planned the batting for today, and there's just a few more things I really want to get so that I can talk to you about that clearly. So today I am actually finishing up this project where I am going to make a design wrapping paper, basically using this envelope for the Boro sashiko inspired table mat that I just recently made. So the way I have it folded, it fits perfectly into the envelope. So I am using the Boro inspired method of designing to create the wrapping paper out of this, and using cardboard paper. So I'm seeing that my lighting isn't really good here. I'm going to turn that. Hopefully that helps a little. And there we go. Okay, because I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So the Boro method is of laying out fabric and designing is what I'm using to design this envelope. So I have the fabrics laid out, and I'm just going to bring you along with me today because this might be something you're really interested in. It's all recycled fabrics. So the envelope is something that is perfect for the table mat. It fits perfectly into the envelope. So I'm going to focus on the front part of it. And it's super simple, but the other part of this is I am using paint. I am using acrylic paint. So actually, I'm going to show you a few items I made. I made these a really long time ago. I'm going to hold these up close. This is cardboard. This is a ribbon. It's twine and fabric. This yellow is fabric. And it is glued on to the cardboard with paint. And painted. I use gesso for this particular project, but today I'm not going to use gesso. I am going to use very simple, what probably everyone has is simple school glue. So, and this is the type of project you can use this for, and it will adhere and stay put. So, now this is fabric, and I made this, I want to tell you, about 7 years ago, and I painted the fabric with acrylic paint, which is this. This is the type of paint I am using today, but I'm using this on actually fabric. But this is a little pouch, and I painted it and I did sashiko stitching. This is 7 years ago. And it still looks really, really nice. The acrylic will stay put. You can spray it with certain chemicals that, with a certain adhesive that will help keep it like water resistant and whatnot. But it's not, this isn't the type of, let's say, project that you can take and put in the washing machine. So it's considered like art, really. So anyway, so that I'm basing what we're doing today on a number of projects I did years ago, and being inspired with the Boro method of laying out the fabric and design. So, and then painting it. So I'm going to bring you along with me on that. And so I'm going to put the camera down. And if I miss anyone's comments, I believe that I have the ability to replay them. And so I'm going to put this down so you can see what I am doing. Now, these are the fabrics that I selected to work with. And they should cover this envelope. So I want to cover the front part of the envelope. So I am actually first just going to place these the way I think that I want them. And after I glue them down, you see there'll be like an overlapping, and then I can just trim them later. But I'm first going to lay them down. And I select fabrics usually that will give me some contrast, a little contrast. And I do the same with the paint. Today I chose a coral color because I love, love, love coral for paint. Teal, light teal, and light blue. And I could have chosen many, many more because that's what happens. I start using all the different colors. So this is the layout I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with that. I'm not going to worry right now about the seal. So first off, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to glue these down. Whoops. I have to open that first. And this is just gluing. I'm not doing the sashiko stitching. But I used the Boro method of overlapping and design by using remnants and not worried about if they're cut perfectly, but using them because I have them. So using them to create a beautiful design for wrapping paper. Okay. So this is a super simple design. I'm going to turn it this way so I can get this. Now, I purposely didn't make it like all Christmassy because it's really reflecting the fact that there's a piece of art, sewing art in the package, basically. It's a mindful, if you will, way to create wrapping paper. It's, and I'll tell you what, too, you could take easily, you can take a newspaper and make your own envelope this large or as large as you want. But that's the idea, and decorate your envelope. So we're going to continue here. So okay, I'm going to work with this facing me, but I will turn it around as we go forward. So I glued primarily the top and the bottom and the sides, and I did a little in the middle and overlapping. I didn't worry about covering the envelope, let's say exorbitantly with glue, because the paint too will act as an adherence. So these are the colors that I have chosen. And I'm just going to, if you will, I'm going to, for lack of a better description, kind of free associate when I am painting here. And then after the paint, then we're going to take the cardboard and I'll show you a few of the designs. I cut out just because this kind of gives me a mountainous kind of a feeling. And I was kind of picturing in my mind, I wanted like just simple trees. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring you that far. And that's how far I've gotten with the design today. And I did get a very late start today. The design here. So first of all, with this acrylic, I have to shake it up because this has been a while that it's been used. And I'm going to start with the teal. And it's just kind of really free associating how, going by how I feel that it looks. And I do paint. I paint on canvas. I have many paintings on canvas. But fabric, painting on fabric is seriously one of my best. Now, see, as I'm painting there, I did notice that this piece is going to jump up. So I really do want to make sure that that is glued down nicely, because we don't want it coming apart. There. And I really want the paint to complement the designs that are already on the fabrics here. You can see the difference that just a little paint already makes. And this is, it creates an abstract piece, unless you want to make a very formative. You can make, you can draw pictures on here if you want. You can make very specific designs. You can put messages on here. You are painting on your fabric. I really am liking this so far. See, this it doesn't take long, and it's not messy either. It is not messy. I have the water right here. Now, I don't always wash the brush right after. A piece of fabric here to clean this. And now I'm moving to light blue. And I really do like to mix paints a little bit. You notice as you paint too, depending on what kind of fabric you're painting on, the paint will be absorbed differently. It may even take on different hues. It may disappear like with this cotton, it's disappearing right into cotton. It's disappearing into cotton because cotton absorbs. It's extremely absorbent. Like if you wear a cotton crocheted bathing suit and you go in the water, the bathing suit is going to feel very heavy when you come out of the water because the cotton absorbs the water. And where other fabrics, it might actually just go through and not absorb it, but it may go through. Now, the other thing you can do is what I did with this this one is I manipulated the fabric a little bit so it's scrunched up. And that's something that you can also do as you're going along. If you want to scrunch it up and use your glue or gesso to work that to make it so it stays like that, so you're making your design, you can do that. Now my coral, which is my favorite, only because it really brings out other, it will bring out other colors. You'll see that here. You see how it just is, it's the top, it's I can't even explain it. It's I love yellow because that does the same thing, but there's something about this coral that brings other colors out in fabrics in a subtle manner. It's a little more subtle, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's a humble effect, you might say. Really, really like that. So this is basically because I go to the point where I could cover the entire, you wouldn't even know it's fabric. So that's how much I'm going to do on this. Now, the next thing I want to show you, and I don't know how this is going to actually look. We'll see. I cut out, let's see if I can find them. Yeah. Some trees, and I don't know if that's the way I'm going to go here, is with trees. But it's very simple. And the reason I did that is I really wanted I wanted this abstract. I wanted this not cut perfectly. And then I wanted something cut perfectly on it. And I don't know why, but I'm thinking that's how I want it. And that's kind of like, so let's see, I did that in green. Maybe I was thinking of Christmas, huh? Because I did it in red too. Red might jump out more over here. I put this up here a little bit. Almost giving it, yeah, see, I like the green, but I'm not crazy about the red. So I'm not going to put the red on. I'm going to actually leave the green there. I'm going to glue those right there because there's actually like a tree trunk there. It's just happens to be where I placed it. Now, while you're working on something like this too, you can really spice it up with ribbon. with twine. I really, really like the twine effect. I figure I put this on here too. And since this is primarily a gluing project, look at my scissors. And we will get some twine on here. This is what I'm going to do. I am tying this actually in a knot. I'm tying it in a very simple knot. This is something I've done for like ever because I want enough of the knot so I can glue it, because look, it becomes a bird, and I'm going to adjust the wings in a minute. I want it to be a bird. And then I'm going to put a couple circles on there too. Twine kind of, so see, this is a gluing project as opposed to sewing. Now you could sew a piece like this and then put it right on to whatever the package is that you're, or whatever you're using to wrap your gift. But you can, bring the gift to a whole nother level here. Now that's going to take a few minutes to dry for sure. But that right there is, I will consider that a bird. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to make another one, and I could paint that too. But I really like the twine because the twine is a natural, that's natural fibers right there. I'm going to put this one over here. So there's two birds. And the other thing you could do is with your fabrics, you can also create forms like, houses, and like I did the trees with paper because I wanted a difference in the texture. I wanted the contrast of something that is perfectly cut and that is different from the fabric. So that was a choice I was making there. But you can certainly use fabrics. A fabric collage is what it would be called. And I actually am very interested in doing fabric collages with sashiko stitching. So that's something that I will also be sharing with you. Because this that I did, this is just one that I did. I have many of these. And I actually ended up giving many of these away as with gifts, because that's what I do. I make everything, right? So but I want to make more of these. I want to revisit this because, like I said, this is about 7 years old, this one. And but I want to work with the recycled paper to create more envelopes and cards like that with the recycled fabrics. And but this cardboard paper right here I got at the thrift shop. I did not get this at a store. So, and it's not a bad thing to buy at the store. I have to actually, to do a hat, fulfill an order for this cotton hat. I made the cotton hat a long, long time ago, so I don't have any cotton. And I can't just go to the thrift shop because the thrift shop, of course, doesn't have say things for us to order. So I actually have to go to the store and buy cotton thread yarn actually to make that hat tomorrow. So this is, I'm going to turn this around. I really like this. And you know what? I'm going to keep it this simple. This is, I'm going to put this up so I can talk to you and point out the facts. So this is done. This is drying. And what I'm going to do is use it, as I said, it's an envelope, so I'm not going to do anything to the other side, but I will be fitting in um, the Boro inspired sashiko stitched table mat that I made will be going into this when this is completely dry. So anyway, I thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I'm happy to answer them. And next up will be the batting for sure. I just want to be able to have a few examples to show you while I'm talking to you on that. So I have to actually go to my storage unit and get some batting over there, or go through my things and make sure I have some examples of what I'm talking about to you so you can see it, because that's the best way to learn. But anyway, okay, so thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you in the next one.